All right, this is back to part two with Osman Alkumas and James Robert Elliott of how to double your business in under 8 weeks using the 5 C's to business. So, we're talking about things like clarity, consistency, congruency, conviction, and we'll get into that further. We left off talking, just getting into confidence. So, Osman, talk to us more why, and maybe even reiterate your point from before, why is confidence so important to doubling your business and how can we get more of it?
Before I jump on to confidence, I want to reiterate clarity, right?
Please.
If you, the goal, let's say the goal for this sake is to double your income or your revenue sales in 8 weeks. Very clear goal. We want to go there. But what's not clear is your head in a place. Do you believe that you can do it?
Mhm.
What do you think is your issue? I had people say, I think my issue is marketing. And then I realized they're not even putting out content. So there is not even
So the
content
issue
to
is a lack of
market.
marketing.
Right. So we need to have that broad clarity. And then that clarity gives us, hey, what are we actually afraid of? The confidence? Are we afraid that we make bad content? Is that why we're not doing it? Right? Or are we afraid to put ourselves out because we never learned to put ourselves out? We were always in the background. So how are you now going to be? And some people even have money fears. They're like, I might turn into an a-hole if I make more money.
There's a lot of those limiting beliefs too. Yes.
I am like, are you one now? No, I'm a people pleaser. I said, with more money, you're probably going to please more people.
Fair. Exactly. Exactly. Money, to your point, money just magnifies who we are. If to your point, if people are worried about becoming something when they have lots of money, become rich, which, as you know, will cause them to avoid often, making more money, becoming rich, it just magnifies. So work on you now, work on the person, which is the limiting beliefs, the self, and clarity of why the heck you're doing this. Otherwise, those would be, like you said, a bigger people pleaser, or maybe a bigger a-hole if you are one already. If not, then avoid worrying.
I mean, there are people who have, you probably notice, fear of success, performance anxiety.
Hmm.
But also, there are people out there, I want to charge more, I want premium clients, but they also know if they go for premium clients, performance anxiety is gets greater because premium clients want premium results. Are you ready to level up actually? If you're not going to be consistent.
Fair.
Or like you said, consistent in the wrong department.
Exactly, the wrong way, the wrong environment, the wrong thing. Exactly. That other. I think confidence is such a good thing because people also have such good BS detectors and fakeness detectors these days too. If we're not truly congruent, so clear, yes, but also congruent on what we do, how we do it. If there's any sense of self-doubt or confusion, right, that'll cause confusion in the other person. And as the saying goes, a confused mind says no. So, and that's where there's confusion in you or confusion in them, or your confusion or your lack of conviction or congruency confuses them too. So it's all these 5 C's: clarity, confidence, consistency, congruency, conviction. They're all interrelated, and one
Yes.
affects the other. So we need to work on them all and look at them all. And I think, before, like you said, before you answer the confidence question, clarity is key. And what do you want? And to your point, is there a fear of failure? Is there a fear of success? Is there both? And a lot of people, most I would say, have this fear of both failure and success. And it's what keeps people limited, stuck, not taking action, not moving forward, making little teeny steps, or dipping their toe in the water. Well, let me just dip my toe, which it doesn't, that's not how businesses and empires are made.
No. And some people, they know exactly what result will get them, what action will get them the result. So they position or execute it in such a way that the outcome can only be negative or substantially nothing. That they're like, yeah, see, I tried what James and Osman said, it's not working. No, you made sure that it won't work.
Exactly. You set it up to fail. Exactly. You set up to fail, and looking and being aware of that, having the self-awareness, I think people, which is that again, that clarity and congruency, and consistency perhaps too of self-awareness to realize, actually I take responsibility. I think one of the biggest measures and prerequisites for success is taking responsibility for everything that we want and everything that happens to us. Not no blame or shame or guilt or grief, none of that, no blame, even, and avoid blaming yourself even too, yet take responsibility for what happened, what has happening, and what you want to have happen. Take 100% responsibility for having it and creating that, whatever that means. Just don't take the blame, the shame, or the guilt. What happened happened. We all make mistakes, big and small, bad stuff that happened to all of us. I'm no exception. Um, there's no guilt or blame or shame, even if it's towards others or yourself. But it's, yeah, move forward. Okay, this happened. Okay, what I'm going to do now is this, and that's how I'm going to get there. Versus to your point, oh, it's not me, or playing the victim, or but it's no, it's them, or but I can't because of these reasons. And like you said, that subconscious literally setting yourself up to fail, to say, look, see, no, it's not me. I can't do it.
Exactly. And you said something very beautifully. Just um, people need to understand that they come up with excuses that they can accept. If
Mm-hmm.
somebody else is telling them an excuse, we're very good at pinpointing it and be like,
Right.
yo, you're BSing with this.
Exactly.
But when it
Exactly.
comes to ourselves, we're like, duh, it makes sense, James. Why don't you get me?
This is why I can't. This is why I have to. This is why I should or shouldn't.
Yeah, so I mean, just like you said, I had that issue in the well, and sometimes I have it as well. And my coach is like, Osman, what's going on, my friend?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what's happening? What's going on? How you getting in your way? And do you see that this is a barrier versus I'm not going to let anything stop me, and not again getting rid of the victim, but thinking, okay, how can I? Whatever's going on, how can I? Because I think, I don't know about you, but I think where there's a will, there's a way. And if we want it, we can have anything we want, truly. It may be freaking hard as hell, but we
Right.
can have it.
And that's also what I don't, maybe this is what I have seen with agency owners usually is they don't want to be coaches because they don't want to talk to people.
Hmm,
And they have, at least the majority of the agency owners that I talk, have a struggling history as a childhood, or they're
hmm,
currently struggling with money.
hmm,
And what happens is that they're like, I'm not gonna cut corners. I'm gonna put hours in. I'm making 10K. I want to make 20K. So I'm gonna work as double as hard as I can. But the key is to systemize at that moment,
true.
to delegate, to resource. Like
Yeah,
that's your
outsource
department.
exactly.
Instead of working twice as hard, no, start working smarter.
Yes. Yeah, correct. It's important, I think, because that way we can have the freedom. Isn't that why we started our business in the first place, is to have the freedom? Otherwise, go back and get a job. That's probably easier. Having a job is far easier, likely, than being an entrepreneur. Um, but again, being an entrepreneur is incredible, and I love it. And yes, we put up with a lot of things. We do a lot of things, and it's so interesting, honestly, how a lot of people have made their business hard for themselves due to fear or whatever, limiting beliefs, fear, you name it, hesitancy versus, yeah, let's set up systems, processes, and have a team. And by the way, it can be cheaper than you ever thought possible. But let's have a team, and let's even have you stop doing the 80% that's not making you money and only do the 20% that gives you the
Right.
80% of the results, and either outsource it or stop doing it, systematize it, automate it, AI it, whatever. Versus, to your point, doubling. And for me, honestly, Osman, that was one thing that limited me at first. I thought, I'm already burning out. I'm already doing like 12 to 16-hour days to make, X. If I want to make Y, I'm gonna have to like double burn. No, I'm literally gonna kill myself. So there is no way, air quotes, that I could make this or double, because, well, that means I'm just gonna kill myself with work and not have any life. But again, that's doing it the wrong way. It's the wrong thinking, it's the wrong clarity, and the wrong congruency, and the
Right.
wrong consistency. Being busy, being busy, is actually a recipe for being broke. Busy being busy is equals brokenness, or brokenness. If you have money, your business is making money, and you're busy being busy, you're gonna break yourself if you're not already, tired, exhausted, fatigued, burnt out. overwhelmed, you name it. Name it. It's a
Yeah.
very valid point you brought up.
And that's the thing. People who think it is not possible to double or to be more productive,
Mm.
those are the ones that need the most because they have more uh, BS excuses, right? BS in the belief system,
Mhm.
because they their whole system made them believe in the excuse that it's real.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And it's not, it's just, it's all made up, limiting beliefs really is what it is.
Yeah, and you know, the whole, to wrap it up, right? The whole thing, just like you said, is interconnected. If you are not convicted that you can make more money in 8 weeks while working less,
Mm-hmm.
then it's going to be first, we need to work on the conviction that, hey, try to have an open mind. Even if you can't double, but you make, let's say, 40% more, wouldn't that be wonderful?
Right on. Shoot for the moon. If you had missed and hit the stars, then well, you're still way better off. I think I love that. Now let's circle back to that confidence, because I know we start with we retouch clarity and consistency and congruency, and even that conviction. Yes, the conviction to do it. Again, the fear of failure, fear of success. Well, let's change that. Let's blow out those limiting beliefs, which is why, to your point earlier, you and I work with some really kick-ass tools to help people remove these limitations, these self-limiting beliefs, this pre-programming, and help them up level and upgrade that programming and think differently, see differently, because
Yes,
your eyes are looking for what's to know. Your eyes only see what your brain is looking for. So let's change
correct.
what your brain is looking for. You can see more things, more opportunities. How can people increase their confidence? How do you think people increase their confidence in themselves, in their message, and what they're doing in general?
So there's two approaches that you can do. One is if you're not making the money or having the sales that you have, is look at what offers are you trying to sell. And if the main offer you're trying to sell is not the offer you're selling mostly, either reduce the price or remove the things that you don't like to work on.
Mm,
I have seen experts who are saying, I'm going to do this for 10,000, 20,000. And when we break down the deliverables, they're like, I don't like doing this. I do it because they need it. I'm like,
mm.
Outsource or don't include, just
Higher
suggest it.
partnerships. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That's one way. So others have pricing issue. They love what they want to deliver, but somewhere they heard they should be charging 5K, 10K. But they're not confident. They're like doing the whole presentation. And when it comes to the pricing, like they're seen as expert, expert, expert.
Yeah.
And when it comes to pricing, boom.
Yeah.
James, it's going to be 5,000. Are you okay with that? Oh, we also have a payment plan and we can do a different payment on the first. Like they start to panic and shoot them in the foot
Exactly correct. And
and
there's
they
even
end up not selling.
there's even your example, that voice inflection versus, it's
Right.
$5,000 versus it's $5,000, and that inflection. And I invite everyone listening to listen for that voice inflection in themselves. If you inflect up at the end of any statement and record yourself, because I promise you, you'll do it more than you think. Any voice inflection up, to your point, Osman, will have people, well, they're not confident. I can ask for discounts, ask for less. They're not confident at all. So, and to your point, often talking about the price will kill the deal, because they just boom, they just fall, unfortunately, during the head. It's 5K or 10K, you in or you out.
Yeah. And that's how they get confident. If you're selling an offer that you have priced too high, but you can't sell it, you're going to lose confidence. You're like, nobody's buying. Am I actually good?
Yeah. Is this worth it?
Another
Is
way,
it? Yeah.
sorry, and another way is because you feel not confident, you're not going to promote it as good as you can. Because like nobody's buying, why should I do this?
Exactly. Like that subconscious way. I want 10K, but I feel it's only worth here. And so you're not going to promote it. You're not going to give your best. If you do, it'll be, I guess, a form of self-sabotage, because people are not going to take it seriously. You're not going to really confidently say this is worth 5K and every penny. One exercise I teach people to do is for both for yourself and your program. write down all the reasons why yourself and your program are worth 10 times what you charge. Literally make a list of 21, 24, 30, 40, 50 things, as many as possible, of why you're
Mm.
worth way 10 times and why your thing, your business, your service is worth 10 times what you charge. I think it's a very valid exercise to really start thinking, well, hell yeah. Well, oh my God, I am worth 10 times what I charge. So hell yeah, that if 5K is fair or 10K is fair. And if at that point you're still not 1,000% confident that you're worth every penny of it, then talk to myself or Osman, let's blow out these limiting beliefs. And the part of me feels this, part of me thinks I'm worth it, part of me doesn't, part of me doubts myself, part of me thinks I'm amazing. Let's
Right.
get rid of it and blow it out, because if you don't, you're gonna be stuck or limited.
I agree. And I think we have passed 15 minutes.
I think you are right, my good man. I think you're right. So any last sum up? Hopefully our editors can cut that out. Anything last to sum up, because you're right, we're past 15. Any last things to sum up our talk today? Anything you want to leave people with?
Yeah, doubling in 8 weeks is possible, but you have to have an open mind and you have to be willing to listen and execute. Don't come in to fight head on, because James is experienced in doing this. I'm experienced in doing this. We all have our specialty, so it's possible. Just open up.
I agree. And stop arguing for your limitations. Be open, to echo your point, Osman, and stop arguing for your limitations. And anytime you hear it, pay attention, have self-awareness. Anytime you are arguing for your limitations, why you have to do this or can or can't or shouldn't or must do that or why it won't work, listen and stop yourself and even reframe. Say, you know what? No, I can do this. It will work for me. I don't have to do this. I can do what I want. I will do this. I will do that. Just listen for your own limitations and stop arguing for your limitations. Have the clarity, confidence, consistency, congruence, and conviction. And if you want a hand with that, feel free to DM me, to DM Osman, reach out to either of us. We would love to serve and support. And here's to wild success.
Yes. To your success, my friends.